Today I want to take a few minutes and talk about the financial structure of schools. Now I want to talk about two distinct models, the public school model and the private school model. Now the public school model, most people think that the principal has complete control of the budget within the school. The reality is that's not quite true. The principal is responsible for ensuring that the budget is carried out. The day-to-day operations are handled by the school's business manager. But the principal does not have final say in the sources of revenue and the overall expenditures. Those decisions come from the school superintendent. But even the school superintendent does not have complete control. The superintendent must look to the school board, and in some cases the county council, to approve the overall budget for the school district. Then that budget is handed down in parcels to the individual schools. While principals can in fact ask for certain things, they really have no choice. If the superintendent says, no, we will not fund a particular program this year. Now, in a private school or a Catholic school, it's much different. If you are in a high school that is an independent high school, for instance, the decisions are made by the head of the school, the headmaster or the principal of the school. The day-to-day operations are carried out by the school's finance officer. The decision on the budget is made by the school board. Now, if it's a diocesan school, the principal works with the pastor and the parish's finance committee to develop a budget. But ultimately, the pastor has final say on that budget. Now, when we talk about the financial organization, if you're looking at a public school, an individual teacher would go to the business manager, request X number of dollars for a particular project, and the purchasing of those items would go through the business manager. Now, in a private school or Catholic school, it's a little bit different. Because, yes, the finance office or the business manager in a particular school will be able to say, yes, you can do this. Now, in some schools, teachers are given the opportunity to use their own money and be reimbursed. Now, in a public school system, that simply would not happen. Now, in a private or Catholic school, the financial organization goes like this. If a teacher decides they want a particular item, they would go to the business manager, request that item. The business manager then goes to the principal. The principal then makes a decision whether that's consistent with the budget that was proposed. Now, if a member of the Parents Association decides they want to buy a particular item, they generally do not have their own checking account. If they do, I would strongly suggest that school rethink their financial organizational structure. Because all purchases made on behalf of the school should realistically be done through the school's finance office or business office. What that does is it allows a very distinct chain of command. Because no teacher, no business manager, or no principal ever wants to be accused of spending money that was not authorized. So what you need to do in your school to make sure that everyone is very clear about that chain of command. If I'm a teacher and I want to purchase something for my classroom, what would I do? Would I submit a form and would I go to the business manager? Now in some schools that's different and it goes directly to the principal. The principal signs off on it, then gives it to the business manager. In your particular school, you need to have a clearly defined chain of command for financial operations. Starting with the individual purchases that a teacher or a coach might make, but also in terms of the development of the budget. If a budget is being developed, where does that go? If I want to add a new program to my department, and let's say I want to add a new computer program, I want to teach coding to students. Perhaps I would say I would like to have this particular program funded. What would be the cost of it? What would be the equipment that I would need? That would then be submitted, given to the principal, who then submits it as a part of the budget. But once the school year starts, that budget should be set. Except in extraordinary cases, expenses outside of the line item in the budget should not be purchased. Why? Because that's how schools get into trouble. Especially private schools, because people think, well, we'll come up with the money somehow. If you don't have the money, you shouldn't make the purchase. So what you need to do at your school is, again, clearly outline for your faculty, your parents, the financial chain of command. It's an organizational chart, but the only difference here is it is in regards to the money and the financial operations of your school. I hope these thoughts help, and if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to contact me. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a good day.